provided you with some information on the strike that we conducted this evening. And there's not much more that I'll be able to add at this point, other than the fact that we're confident in the target that we went after. We know what we hit. And we're confident that that target was being used by the same Shia militia that conducted the strikes. And so you'll get more information in terms of the effects of the strike as time goes by. But I just wanted to make sure that, I gave you that viewpoint from me, that level of confidence that there is connectivity. And so we're very deliberate about our approach, as you would expect us to be. We allowed and encouraged the Iraqis to investigate and develop intelligence, and that was very helpful to us in refining the target. And let me just finally say that I'm really proud of the men and women in our force who carried out the strike. As you would expect, they performed in a very professional manner, and we're grateful for their service.
Can you say why this was important to do, Mr. Secretary? Was this your recommendation?
It was my recommendation. As we said a number of times, we will respond on our timeline. And once again, we want to be sure that of the connectivity and want to be sure that we had the right targets.
And then on orders from President Biden, U.S. military forces have carried out airstrikes in eastern Syria, targeting infrastructure utilized by Iranian-backed militant groups. President Biden has been in office for 5 weeks. This is the first military action he has authorized. Chief White House correspondent Kristen Welker has more for us. Kristen, what do we know at this hour?
Well, Lester, we know this was a retaliatory action. As you said, late tonight, the Pentagon making this announcement that U.S. forces carried out those airstrikes. They took place in eastern Syria. And again, these were against Iranian-backed militant groups.
Is that my aura?
Groups at the direction of President Biden. The Pentagon saying the strike destroyed multiple facilities at a border control checkpoint used by those groups. Now, the Pentagon calls it a, quote, proportionate military response after the U.S. says those groups fired rockets near U.S. troops inside the green zone. And these officials add that, quote, the president will act to protect American coalition personnel. Now, these strikes come just taking a step back as Washington has said it would be open to possible negotiations over Iran's nuclear program, and this could all complicate what is already a very fragile process. Now, earlier this week, White House spokeswoman Jen Psaki said that the U.S. holds Iran accountable for the actions of its proxies. So